All right, here we go. We are going to get going here in just a minute or two. Just wanted to get the channel up and running. Make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. Make sure I mute all my devices. All that fun stuff. All right. All right, that looks like it's working correctly. We're going to avoid the echoes and so we're going to start with Trove. I always like Troves. They are a ton of fun. One of the good products. Will be interesting to see how the Troves compete with the pre-release kits in Wilds Unknown, but we'll see what's going on. All right, we're just going to give another minute. Make sure anybody who needs to get over has got a chance. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. Hopefully everybody's getting good picks and pulls. Everybody's still kind of throwing temper tantrums over the whole playmat thing at the parks this morning. I get it. It is what it is, right? Right. All right, let's get going. I'm going to set the booster box off to the side. Troves is always great product. Love the dividers, love the storage boxes. God knows I've got plenty of them. Always a great design on the product. Big fan of what they do. The packaging team for Ravensburger always hits it out of the park. Oh, please don't tell me the autofocus is going to be crazy today. Hopefully not. All right. So these are no surprise to anybody who's been dealing with Lorcana for a while. Great boxes for storage. They always have good artwork on them. I think a lot of people are excited for this set. I know I certainly wasn't necessarily excited for it, but once we actually got to start seeing some of the cards, much more excited. So we're going to get our 8 packs. Said great box for storage. We've got our lore counter. This one is designed just a little bit differently. You can see the little snowball as you're moving along. So you can throw snowballs back and forth. I think that's kind of cute. On the back, you do get a little slideshow as well. I rarely use these things, but man, they are cute. All right, let's put that to the side. Dice. They look like little ice cubes, a little bit hard to see, but not bad. And divider cards. As someone who's been going through their inventory and resorting and recounting everything, life is so much easier with divider cards that you can divide stuff by color, and especially if you can do sets. I love that they finally settled on using actual art for these. All right, now that all that boring stuff is out of the way, let's open packs. Darkwing, Angel, Tinkerbell, Angel, Darkwing, Angel. Interesting. I guess we'll start with Angels. work our way down to the lower pile. We got Darkwing Duck here blessing our pulls, so hopefully we'll get good things. Set those off to the side. I was glad to see puzzles are back. All right. Gonna start with our commons, Cooper. David. Lumpy. Make sure I got room for everybody. Tuna. Minnie. Nani. I have heard all kinds of crazy issues about really bad cuts, about cards being inserted wrong, facing the wrong direction, all kinds of crazy things. We'll see how we go. We got our staff. We got Nani. We got Slushy. First rare, Cobra Bubbles. Our first super rare is going to be Feast. And our first foil card is Pumbaa. Foils off the side, puzzle pieces, and PlayHub QR codes. All right. Interesting. We get the same Pumbaa, but we get it in regular. Get another Lumpy, Minnie Mouse, Negaduck. Definitely a card I am putting in my Silver Steel deck. The worst deck in existence. We'll make it better. Chutui, Li Shang, Daisy Duck. We got Alice Uncommon and Grab Your Bow. We've got Stitch as a rare. Olaf as a rare. And Duke Weaselton or Wesselton. All right, the Angel Packs don't seem to be doing a whole lot, so we'll see how it goes. Almost every Trove I've ever opened, I've always gotten a legendary, at least one. I think I've only opened one where we haven't. Not sure why this is bouncing. All right, we got Todd, another Pumbaa, Isis, Donald Duck, the reprint of Distract, Prince Naveen, then our uncommons. We got our Chief, we got our Launch Pad, and we have got Elsa. Piglet is going to be our first rare card of this pack. And then Freeze the Vine. And our foil is Thinky. Not all puzzle pieces. We do have lore cards as well. All right. Snowball Fight, kind of the theme of this entire set. Thomas, come out and fight. Agnar, another Mickey Mouse, McHorn, and then as our uncommons, Pleakley, Darkwing Tower, Chen Po, another Freeze the Vine, and a John Smith. Love that we've got a bodyguard that now also has that extra feature of opponents must choose this character for actions and abilities. Adds some extra value. It is an expensive card, though, at 5 uninkable. Oh, and foil Todd. All right, we are on to Darkwing Ducks after the Angels. Squeaks, Zootopia, Nala, Marching Off to Battle, Piglet, Amos. I think one of the cards that everybody's excited about is Pudge. Pudge being a deity is kind of funny, but the fact that you can play it for free if you have Lilo, and there are a number of good Lilos, keeps the ancient ways. And then Vixie, another Cobra Bubbles, and a Sven. And oh my god, it's a miscut. Oh no, it's not. It's the Roo that connects to the Kanga. Not a miscut. Ladies and gentlemen, not a miscut. Thank you. Sorry, I find the whole miscut joke funny. Gotta say, this trove has been a little underwhelming so far, but we'll see here. You never know. Another Dinky. Sorry. Swordplay. Force of a Great Typhoon. Tiny Tim's Crutch. The Ultra Scan Specs. All right, we've got White Rabbit, our first underdog. We've got Scrooge McDuck as an uncommon. And Wipeout. And then into our rares, another Piglet. A lot of duplication so far. And we've got Kristoff's Loot. And then we've got Darkwing Duck as our foil. 2 packs to go in the trove. Try it again. There we go. All the good stuff's going to be in the Tinkerbell pack. It always is. It's got to be, right? It's Tinkerbell. All right, we've got our 1-drop Stitch. Mother Will Protect You. Space Cows. Hercules. Another Cheap Tui. Donald Duck. Another Grab Your Bow in our uncommons. Daisy Duck uncommon. And a Flit uncommon. And then in our rares, we've got Willie the Giant. And we've got Eeyore. And then we've got a foil White Rabbit. Last pack of the trove. Yeah, we need some last pack magic. That's for darn sure. No legendaries, couple super rares, I guess. Again, you never know with troves, and I've heard all kinds of strange things already about this set. So we'll just see how it goes. Strike a Good Match, another reprint. Percy, Pot of Honey, Maui. We've got Blue Smoke and another launch pad. Yeah, a lot of duplications. Our first Judy Hopps. I guess our first Christopher Robin. We've got a Duke. And we've got a Chernabog. Helps if you put Duke in the right spot. Chernabog. And then a Scrooge McDuck foil. So we have no legendaries out of that one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 super rares. Not bad. But overall, not a horribly impressive box. Again, a lot of duplication. Double on things. So, but a Sven, Christopher Robin, Bob Honey. trying to keep everything organized so when I actually have to sort them all, we can put them back in place. Chernabog, True Freeze the Vines. Again, you'd think out of 8 packs you wouldn't get that many duplicates, but I do. I have the reason I like doing these on live streams is I almost always pull something good. I've had very few live streams where I've not ended up with good cards, so we always keep the faith alive. Right? I just can't believe I got that horrible miscut Rue card. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do with something like that. Those are just ridiculous. I really need Kanga just so I can remind people. Not a miscut. All right, booster box time. I'm going to keep the foils off to the side so I've got a little more room. The other big important thing, if you ever do a live stream, you're opening stuff, is keep garbage close by for all the packages. All right. It's always interesting when you don't have all three represented, but we'll see how it goes. We should end up with 8 of each. I say should because that would be kind of the logical way of things, but again, I'm hearing all kinds of strange things about this set and things not necessarily following what we've seen as normal trends in the past. Yeah. So that's definitely not something that you normally see. Usually the packages are pretty even. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 Darkwings, 2, 4, 6, 7 Tinkerbells, and that means we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Angels. That is just a little bit weird, but again, stranger things have happened. I'm gonna make sure Darkwing doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to try the reverse order because it didn't work well last time. Set these off to the side. And we will start with Tinkerbells. Oh, I've got a case tomorrow that I'm picking up at the sealed event that I'm running for a local store, so I will have plenty of chances to pull good cards. All right, we're going to start with Todd, Pumbaa, Isis. You have Mickey Mouse and Nearly Indestructible. And then we're going to have our Agnar. We're going to have a Snow Fight. Trying to leave enough room so the piles don't get too messy. We got a Simba and a Li Shang. Okay, so Cobra Bubbles. Apparently that's going to be my card this set. And then we've got a Rare Pete. And a Gaunt 2 in our foil. Set the foils off to the side as well, just so I've got a little bit more room. All right. Yeah, the fact that I've got 3 Cobra Bubbles already out of 9 packs, that's not normal. But as everybody will tell you, nothing is normal when you're opening up. You've got to think about not tens of packs or hundreds of packs, but thousands of packs. We've got Aladdin. We got Pocahontas. We got Tigger. We got Honker. We got Amos. And we've got Beast Castle. In my Silver Steel deck, this is a critical card, so I definitely need to forward those. And there's our first uncommon. Scrooge's Counting House. And then Darkwing's Gas Device. Freeze the Vine. Third Freeze the Vine that we've had. And Nani's Payback. Again, just a little bit weird. Stitch is our foil. And then we get a regular version of Stitch. Whoop. Percy. Come Out and Fight. Tiny Tim's Crutch. The Ultra Infra Pink Ultra Scan Specs. Yeah. Say that 4 times real fast. All right. White Rabbit. John Smith. Regular Rabbit. Marshmallow. That's our first one. Darkwing's chair set. That's the first time we've seen that one. And then we've got Darkwing Duck in foil as well. All right, here we go. All right, start out with an Aladdin, another Pumbaa, another Lumpy, Kanga. Now we need the foil version. Darkwing Duck, Negaduck, Miko, Scrooge McDuck, another Wipeout. We got a Mickey Mouse rare, and we've got the Battering Ram rare, and a Prince Naveen common foil. 3 more packs of Tinkerbell. Okay, as long as I pull an iconic, it'll all be good. Here we go, another Pumbaa. Morgana, that's a new one. Squeaks. Distract we've seen. Amos we've seen. Taurus Bulba. We've seen Mulan. We haven't seen Mulan uncommon. Our 4th Wipeout uncommon. And then we've got a Morgana in the rare. And a Goofy in our super rare. And yes, a Kanga miscut. That's right. We got the Kanga miscut. All right, so we've got miscut Kanga. Here's my miscut Roo. He's over here. Hang on. And the miscut Roo. Ta-da! Not miscuts. The match. Now we need the next ones. All right, 2 more packs of lovely Tinkerbell packs. You would think Tinkerbell would be good packs. Another Stitch. Or Space Cows. Okay, we just had Stitch, right? So I shouldn't have another green comet. That's, as they say, not right. Then we've got a regular Kanga and a Stitch and a Nega. We've got a White Rabbit, a Nani, and a Chief. First Chief we've seen. Let's Get Dangerous is our first Steel rare. Then Colors of the Wind super rare. So we did not get an Amber common in that pack. Education or Elimination. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like with Lorcana sometimes, right? All right, last Tinkerbell pack. I have to say, so I'm doing sealed events on tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. And my hope is in 6 packs that I can get enough Lilo and Stitch cards to make a deck. Based on what I'm seeing out of these packs, that's probably not going to happen. Simba, Swordplay, Scrooge McDuck, another Donald Duck, our first Bazoo, another Pudge. Those would be nice to have. Keep the Ancient Ways, card that I definitely like for my uh, steel deck, my Ruby steel deck. Opponents can't play actions or items until the start of your next turn. It's a good uncommon. Another Vixie, and then Widow Tweed. All right. Is our first rare. Darkwing Duck is our super rare. And then Maui common foil. Can't believe they made that a common card. I think I still like the older version better. All right, we're gonna go Angels. So let's see if the Angels have anything. Again, normal box, you're gonna get 4 legendaries. So that's one every 6 packs. We are on pack 8 and have not seen one yet. Yao, first one we've seen. Nakoma, first one we've seen. Pua, the first one we've seen. Minnie Mouse, I think that's the first one we've seen. One drop Darkwing Duck, I believe that's the first one we've seen. Education or Elimination. The Frozen Vine. Scrooge McDuck. Alicia is our first of our rare. Dr. Hammersweevil. And Pumbaa in foil. Yeah, these just have a weird feel. Like, I don't know if it's just the imagination or if the mix of these are significantly different than what we've seen in the past. I thought the mix with Whispers in the Well was off a bit as well. Squeaks, Zootopia, Nala, Tiny Tim's Crutch, The Terror That Flaps in the Night, Marching Off to Battle, and we've got Gontu as our first uncommon, Elsa and Gosselin Mallard, another Eeyore rare, a Mulan super rare. I'll take that card all day long. And then Graveyard of Christmas Future is our foil. Yeah, that Mulan is a broke card. And I think that's probably going to be what gets people playing green again. I don't know what green deck I want it with. I've got a yellow-green aggro, a version of dogs, but we'll see how it goes. Minnie Mouse, Fangmire, Hey Hey, that's our first Hey Hey reprint. We've got Piglet as a common, and Prince Naveen. Another Taurus, Wisdom of the Willow, and Winterspell, another of my Silver Steel cards that I really like. Chosen location of yours can't be challenged until the start of your next turn. Draw a card. So it's a 1-drop that protects your location, and you get to draw a card so it replaces itself. Jiminy Cricket. We've got our Piglet Rare, another Kristoff's Loot, and then we've got a Minnie Mouse Common. Yeah, the fact that I haven't seen a single legendary and we are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 packs in, it's a little scary. Dinky, Koma, Pua, Kanga, Li Shang, Negaduck, Terran, that's the first Terran we've seen. We've seen Mulan before. We've seen Rue before. Grand Councilwoman, that's the first one there. And yeah, I'm not even going to try it. And a battering ram foil. All right. This has got to have something good in it. Epic, iconic, legendary, something good. Copper, Thomas, Space Cows, Honker, Terror, Force of a Great Typhoon, Staff, Bleakley, Judy Hops, The Cold Never Bothered Me, nope, and a Bell, and Marching Off to Battle. All right, if this is one of those absolute busted boxes, at least I will have it recorded live, so nobody can make fun of me for saying I got a broke box. Um, Still hoping it isn't. Todd, Lilo, that's our first Lilo, Nala, Winnie the Pooh, Nearly Indestructible, Marching Off to Battle, Uncommons, Nani, Chief, Chenpo, Morgana's our rare, Retro Evolution device, and a Sarabi foil. All right, so that's 6. So far, that's 6 of the Angel packs, 7 packs of Tinkerbell. So we are 13 packs into this box without a legendary. That's not good. Boomer, David, Tigger, Cena, Stitch, Hercules, another Winterspell, another Elsa, Goslin, which is a Marova. That's the first one we've seen. John Smith, Chief Tui is our foil. Well, I tell you what, if all the good cards are in the Darkwing Duck packs, I'll know for sure what packs I want to pull for sealed. We're going to start with a Pocahontas and a Nisus and a Game Preserve. I believe it's the first of those we've seen. Not the first Tiny Tim's Crutch, or the first McHorn, or the first Marching Off to Battle. Not our first Bleakley either. Judy Hopps we've seen. Chinpo we've seen. We just saw. Containment Unit. I think that's the first one we've seen. And our very first legendary, and Anna. And then we've got a Timon as our foil. All right. Yay, finally a legendary. Of course, it's a purple legendary, and I really don't play purple. But we still need a full set. Wow. Okay, that seems like it's cut a bit off. Like those are really big for the perfect fit. So I'm just going to set it to the side for now. All right, how about back to back? Let's go. Come on. Fangmeyer. Hey. Todd. Piglet. A terror that flaps in the night. Another Beast Castle. That's 2 of those. We knew we needed those. Our first GG. Our first Copper. Not our first Rue. We've got a Bambi Super Rare. We've got a Lilo Super Rare. First for both of those. And our foil is, of course, the Scan Specs. Don't throw the puzzles away. Last pack of Angel. think when I'm done with the Dark Wings, I've got one more trove. Kind of wanted to open the box, pull 6 packs out, and just do a fake sealed, kind of see what we get per se. I'll look at the time and see how that goes. Pot of honey, blue smoke, Nani, Una, Alice. I believe that's our first Alice. Grab your bow. And Splatter Phoenix. I believe that's the first one of that we've seen in the uncommon. In our rares, Visiting Christmas Past and Battering Ram. And then we've got a Morgana rare foil. So I haven't seen any of the foils that are coming apart that I've heard of, or the really bad miscuts. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Darkwing Duck packs. We have one legendary card. Means there's an iconic, right? I'd be okay with that. Like an iconic or an enchanted in just one rare. I think I'd be okay with that, even though they are very different spots. Boomer, Lilo, Morgana, Distract, McCorn, and Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse. I think that's the first of the Mickey. No, it's our first Grandmother Willow that we've seen. Our first Mother's Necklace. That's a good sign. Duke Weaselton we've seen. And we've got Willie the Giant and Rabbit. It's coming. It's in a Darkwing Duck pack. I'm telling you. It's gotta be. All right, we got Yao, David, Lumpy. We haven't seen him in a while. Sino we've seen. Stitch we've seen. Force of a Great Typhoon we've seen. Chief we've seen. Gigi we just saw in like 2 packs ago. Big Mama, that's the first we've seen, I believe. Mystical Inkcaster. And Angelica. I'm okay with Angelica as a super rare because, again, I love that card for my Ruby Steel deck. So I wouldn't mind seeing more of those. But again, we have 5 packs and 1 legendary. No epics. We had no legendaries, no epics out of the trove. Feeling like we need to strike a good match here. Tiana, I believe that's the first Tiana we've had as well. We've had Mickey before. We had McHorn. We had Fazoo. Darkwing Tower, I believe that's the first one we've seen. We just pulled a Cooper a couple of minutes ago. Splatter, we pulled Todd, I believe that's our first Todd rare. And a Pocahontas super rare. That's definitely the first. And a Grab Your Bow foil. 4 to go. Everyone should have a legendary in it, right? Oh, this is interesting. Like I said, I've always had really good luck on live stream, so this is a little weird. Game Preserve. Sarby. Snowplay. Distract. That's what they're trying to do. Prince Naveen. And of course, Taurus. Another Filth. Slushy. Darkwing Duck in our uncommons. Darkwing Duck in our rare. John Smith's Compass in our rare. And Chief as a foil. All right. Oh no. Kerry just pulled himself a lovely discard. All right, we got Minnie Mouse Common, Fang Meyer, Morgana, Scrooge McDuck, Nani, another Beast Castle. I'm okay with that. Another Mickey Mouse, another Christopher Robin, another Grab Your Bow. Let's Get Dangerous. Ohanamin's Family, yay, a legendary card. And then a Piglet foil. Oops. All right, two more. So each pack, right? One will have the enchanted, and one will have. Wait, no. Oh, this is setting up for one of those really good packs that have like double legendaries, and then like an iconic or epic or something. Zootopia, Nala. Oh, it's in the right order. It's got to be a good pack. Oh, there we blew it. Honky, Scan Specs, another Staff, Terran, Slushy. Yeah, that logic went away. There's Morty, and Ling, and a Todd Common. I think that's the third Todd Common foil we've had. Last pack. This is. It's going to take something special for this not to be a complete bust box, I'll be honest. No epics, two legendaries. Come on, David. Lumpy, Mini, Chief Tui, Li Shang, Force of a Great Typhoon, Big Mama, our first Angel, Christopher Robin, Stitch Rare, I think that's our first. Wow. One epic. Two legendaries, one epic. That is a disappointing box. And anybody who tells me that it didn't happen that way, well, they can come watch and suck an egg. I'm going to open the other trove just because at this point, I need to see something to give me hope. Like I said, I've got a sealed event tomorrow and a sealed case still to come. So the luck will change. I do believe all this balances out in the end, but that is the first time I've opened a booster box on a live feed that has been just that subpar. Like, I mean, there are some really good um, rares and super rares. I mean, I've got cards that I need for my decks, but that was just kind of a yikes. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do any more on camera. We'll see how the day goes tomorrow. Like I said, I'm hosting a sealed at one of our local stores. Um, so it'll be a little later in the day if I do anything tomorrow. And then I've got another sealed to go participate in on Sunday. Yeah, let's try one more trove. We can do better. Better than three. One moment. I have to share the misery. All right. So we're still at good time. I'm going to try and do what I was talking about earlier. I'm going to take the first 6 packs out of this trove, and I am going to kind of look at them and see what it would look like if I got these at a sealed event. Again, even the mix of packs has been weird. Like nothing's been. If you get 8 packs, 3 obviously can't get too many of one or the other, but this is way more balanced, so maybe we'll have better luck. So I'm going to do this pack, this pack, this one, this one, this one. So 2 of each. We're just going to kind of think about if I were doing these in a sealed event, how would it end up going? There are a bunch of Lilo and Stitch cards in this set. And my fun thought was, man, it would be kind of cool to get Lilo and Stitches enough that we could build a deck. So Cooper, Thomas, Space Cows, lots of some of these. Some of these we have had so many. Crew, Milt, Lawn. This is our first out of a box and previous trove. Get Stegmunt. Our second Grand Councilwoman. I think for sealed, this is a great card, a 3/5. It's a 4-cost uninkable, but it quests for 3. And it's an alien. And then Li Shang is our foil. So out of this, if I were looking at my sealed, oh man, I love 1 and 2 drops, so they're good for sealed. Thomas is good at a 0/4. You've got to deal with him, or he's going to quest for things. Nothing that just jumps out. Cooper, of course, is okay. When you play this character chosen, character reveals her hand, so you get to see what your opponent's playing with. These are, so I probably have 4 cards for sure that would go into my sealed deck. Dinky 2 probably is going in because it's a 2 that quests for 2. Pua, Maui. I don't like a lot of uninkables, but that's a good Maui with Rush. Blue Smoke. 5-cost Donald Duck. Wisdom of the Willow. Winterspell. Slushy with Evasive is always going to be good. So many Cobra Bubbles. I think that is my 6th or 7th Cobra Bubble. Goofy. And then Stitch Foil. Again, I like 1-drops. We've got a 2-drop that quests for 2. When you play this character, move 1 damage from chosen character to chosen opposing character. Not bad. Rue's a 1/1/1 with put this character face down under one of your characters or locations with boost. So you don't have to pay the cost. You just exert it and create it as the boost card. Game Preserve. Oops. Swordplay, Taurus, Honker, Spec Scan, Darkwing Tower, Christopher Robin, Cooper, Let It Go, reprint. It's the first one of those we've seen out of anything. Colors of the Wind, and another version of Stitch in our foil. Oops. I clearly am not going to be able to make a Lilo and Stitch deck out of this. That is definitely not happening. There's a David, Lumpy, Goofy, Minnie Mouse, Li Shang, Mickey Mouse, Grandmother Willow, Nice card for sealed. Darkwing's gas device. Piglet. Freeze the Vine. And Thomas. Squeaks. Pocahontas. Isis. Peace Castle. Distract. Amos. Judy Hopps. White Rabbit. John Smith. Witches of Morova. Reuben, that's our first Reuben out of a box of Trove and over half of the second Trove. Yeah, this has just been perhaps the weakest opening of packs that I've ever done on a live stream. This would be the last of the 6 sealed. We got Snowball Fight, Mother Will Protect You, Darkwing Duck, Bazoo, Chief Tui, Launchpad, Darkwing Duck, Rabbit, Lonely Grave, Beast. It's a super rare. Hey, look, we got a legendary. We got a Moana. And then a Minnie Mouse. All right, so I like the art on the Moana. I'm glad that we got an actual legendary card out of the 6 packs that we've opened so far. I'm just going to real quick show the character can't challenge. Probably not. Probably keep Pocahontas. She gives +1. Keep a bodyguard. 4-drop is a maybe. 4-drop vanillas. Maybe Thomas is a 1-drop. I'm definitely keeping. 3-drop with Rush. I'll keep. Not an uninkable. Probably Lumpy's evasive, even though he's at a 6. Definitely keeping Swordplay, which gives Challenger 3. I'll keep a Pua, that's a 1-drop. Space Cows, maybe, probably not. Each opponent chooses and discards a card. If you have a character with evasive in play, gain 1 lore. It's a maybe. Squeaks has got evasive. That's a definite. 4-cost uninkable. Really unlikely. A location. Well, there's an evasive. Well, there's a character with evasive here. This location gains evasive. That may not be bad. It gets 2 lore. It's only 4 to get rid of it, but it's only 1 to move something there. Dinky, when you play this character, each opponent chooses one of their characters and deals 1 damage to it. It's a 2-drop that quests for 2. It's a 1-drop. It's staying in. Bazoo is a 2-drop that quests for 2. This character enters with 2 damage. That's a maybe, because if we've got something that'll remove damage, probably. Beast Castle we're keeping. Goofy at a 5. When you play this character, you may ready chosen character. If you do, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. It's a 5/5/2. That's a maybe. A 5/3/3 drop. Probably not. Maui we're going to keep, even though it's an uninkable. 3-drop Agnar. Well, you have a queen. This character in play. This character gets +2. It's a 3/4. At 3, probably going to keep it. Not sure if we'll get any queens. Chief Tui at 5 is a probably not. Distract. You get to draw a card. Chosen character gets -2 this turn just because it's card draw. 3-drop Minnie Mouse. It's a 2/4 quest for 2 with support. Probably Honker, a 1/2 1 drop. Be careful. Your character's named Darkwing Duck. Get resist +1. Probably keep that. Blue Smoke, I've never even read. If you have a character named Darkwing Duck in play, you pay 1 less to play this item. So you'd play it for free. Exert, pay 1, banish this item. Chosen character gains ward until the start of your next turn. Yeah, no. Tiny Tim's Crutch. Exert, chosen character gains support this turn. Whenever they quest, you add their strength to another character this turn. Might keep it. It's a 1 drop item. Worst case, it's inkable. Launchpad, as a 2 cost uninkable, exert, draw a card, then choose and discard a card unless you have a character Darkwing Duck in play. Yep, not happening. 4 drop uninkable with alert, not happening. Li Chang 2/5 with Challenger, keeping. Infra Pink Ultra Scan Specs. When you play this item, draw a card and choose and discard a card. Banishes. Maybe we're going to have to get to 40 somehow. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. We'll keep it. 5-drop Bodyguard. We'll keep it even though it's probably not going to make a cut. John Smith, the end of your turn, if this character is exerted and none of your characters challenge this turn, gain 1 lore. It's a 2-drop. We'll keep it. Once during your turn, you may pay 1 less ink for the next character you play this turn. Yeah, we're keeping that. Wisdom of the Willow. For the rest of this turn, whenever one of your characters quests, you may draw a card. Yeah, it's a 4-cost uninkable, but it's card draw. We're going to keep it. All right, Rabbit, 3-drop 1/4, quest for 2, gets Challenger 3. We'll probably keep that. So Underdog on Christopher Robbins, a 1/3. If this is your first turn, you play this turn, pay 1 less for this card. So it becomes a 1-cost 1/3 quest for 2. Yeah, we keep that. A 1-drop with an ability. When you play this character, move 1 up to 1 damage from chosen character, chosen opposing. It's a 1-drop character. We're going to keep White Rabbit as an underdog. We are not keeping Mickey Mouse, a 6-cost uninkable, no matter what it does. When you play this character and when he leaves, each opponent chooses and discards a card. It's a good ability, but a 6-cost uninkable, probably not. 1-cost Lonely Grave. Banish chosen character of yours. Put the top card of your deck face down under one of your character's locations with boost. We don't have characters or locations with boost. 6-cost Rush and Reckless for Cooper. I'm going to keep it. Slushy, I'm going to keep. Mulan. If you have a character in play with damage, pay 1 less to play this character. If you have a character in play with 5 or more strengths, pay 1 less to play this character. It's a 4/3 that quests for 2. We'll keep it. Darkwing Duck. 4/1, cost 2 with ward. Quest for 1. We'll keep it. Darkwing's Gas Device. It's a 3-cost inkable. Chosen character gets +1 this turn. If you have a character named Darkwing Duck in play, chosen character gets +2. Probably not. Rue, 1-drop. Put this character face down under one of your characters with boost. I didn't see any of the cards with boost, so we're going to keep it anyhow. It's a 1-drop. We got the Judy Hopps underdog card. If this is your first turn and you're not the first player, pay 1 less. Even without that, she's a 2-cost 2/2 with resist 1. We'll keep it. Darkwing Tower. During your turn, whenever an opposing villain character is banished, you may ready a character here. If you do, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. It's a 4-cost location. I'm going to say no. Winterspell is a card I like in any format. It's a 1-cost. Chosen character or chosen location can't be challenged until the start of your next turn. Draw a card. It's a 1-cost card draw. Ruben. Remove up to 2 damage from chosen character of yours. For each 1 damage remove this way, you pay 1 less for the next character you play. When you think about the fact that we've got character that comes in with 2 damage, it's probably not bad. 5 costs uninkable whenever this character quests chosen opponent. Yeah, no. Don't like 5 costs uninkable unless they're really, really good. Whenever you play this character, you may return another chosen character of yours to your hand if you do gain 1 lore. What I just say, that's got a good ability though. Each player reveals the top card of their deck. Draw a card for each different type revealed this turn. Um, it's a good card, just not in this format. Freeze the Vine. It's 4 cost. Banish all locations. Draw 2 cards, then choose and discard a card. There's enough locations. Oh, wow, I did have 1 boost card. It's a 4-drop Goofy, uninkable, 4/4 quest for 2, boost 2. When this character is banished, each opponent chooses and discards a card for each card that was under him. Not. For each item card in your discard, pay 1 less. For Stegmut, we're going to keep it just because it's inkable. We are going to keep Beast with Rush. He's a 2-drop. Piglet is a shift 3, 3/5. At the end of your turn, remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters. We'll keep that even though it's expensive. Let It Go. We're going to keep. It's a 5-cost song. It's the reprint. Put chosen character into player's inkwell face down and exerted. And we'll keep the 4-drop Grand Councilwoman. From our foils, Mickey Mouse is a 3-cost uninkable with support. Minnie Mouse, sorry, 2/4 quest for 2. Probably not. Marching off to battle. Character was banished this turn. Draw 2 cards. But it's a 4-cost. It is a song. No. Thomas, we're going to keep. Stitch, we will keep. Stitch, we will keep. Li Shang is a 7-drop shift 4. 9/5 that quest for 2. I'm going to keep it just because we've got the other Li Shang. So let's see if we've got 40 cards. We don't. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, we might make it to 40. 28, 29, 30. Yeah, we'll make 40 and then some. 41, 42, 43. So we may cut a little bit. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Yeah, I would probably go through and cut 4 or 5 out of this. The good thing is you can have 40. You can have any number above that, and the ink limits don't matter. Want to see what's in these last 2 packs that we've got out of this trove because the pulls have been less than exciting. So we're going to see if we can change that with these last 2 packs. Epic, Iconic, Enchanted. And we're at 16. We're at 40 packs, and we have 3 legendary cards and 1 epic. That is definitely a little low. All right. Strike a Good Match. Tiana. Pot of Honey. Donald Duck. Winnie the Pooh. Prince Naveen. Chief Gigi. Big Mama. Eeyore. Cold Never Bothered Me. Grand Councilwoman. Last pack. Thank God for a case tomorrow that might have better luck. Stitch, Percy, come out and fight, marching off to battle. Mickey Mouse, nearly indestructible. Mushu, that's the first Mushu we've had. Wipeout, Terran, Bambi, Lilo, Mulan, super rare foil. At least that's a good card. Um, yeah, those are just, sorry, disappointing. That is the most disappointment I've had in a live stream ever. Um, Maybe we'll try again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have better luck. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, just reach out. Let me know.